Okay, welcome to the Dude Podcast, episode 92. To all new listeners, welcome. To longtime listeners, we're glad you're back. Today, moving forward, me and Evan will be recording midweek, so we can get you guys all of our picks, all of our predictions, and you can get all of our recaps on our social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that. That way, the podcast is a little bit more fun to listen to as well. So, we got a good slate. We're talking Jags. We're talking Thursday night football. We're talking Sunday night football, and Monday night football. So, let's just jump right into it. Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Jags plus 1.5 in New Orleans. Trevor Lawrence questionable.
Yeah, I saw that. And I'm assuming that's why the line's plus 1.5. I don't know why, if they were fully healthy, the Jags would be an underdog against the Saints. The Saints haven't really looked very good. They lost to the Texans pretty handily too. Like the Texans kind of blew them out. And I don't know, I can't remember exactly the score, but I think they won by was it 14? Was that what it was?
Yeah, and the Texans blew out the Jags.
I guess that's true. That is true, and that sucks because I have the Texans on my loss for our. So hey, by the way, it's only 10 points now. It was 12 points last week. I got saved by the Browns beating the Niners
I
on.
think I think it's actually 8. I counted 8
Is it
points.
8?
So yeah, I
Oof.
recounted it today. You're down by 8.
Hey, maybe I posted wrong, but that's okay because if I'm only down by 8, I got saved by the Browns beating the Niners because you missed out on 2 points right there. Because if the Niners would have won, you would have gotten 2. So got a little help from the Cleveland Browns. But anyways, I I don't really know why the Saints are favored here other than Trevor Lawrence being questionable. Um, no shot he doesn't play though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like he's got to play.
Yeah, I think you're going to definitely play because one, uh you are winning your division by one game. You're 4 and
Yeah.
2. Right behind you is a scrappy Colts team and a scrappy Texans team.
Yep.
If you lose, you know, you are now there's a good chance Indy or Houston wins on Sunday.
Yeah. At least one of
So
them will win.
you might not get a full healthy Trevor Lawrence. And
Who is their backup?
who is their backup?
That's a great. I'm just curious because I have no clue who their backup is, so I'm trying to figure out if there's even a chance.
CJ Beathard, it looks
Oh,
like.
Bethard. Okay, yeah. Okay, I know who that is, but I don't think he gives him much chance. They're probably just going to run the ball with ETN most of the game if he has to play. But, um, yeah, I don't like this game. Doesn't excite me at all. Let's be real. The Jags, I thought it was an easy lock for them to win the division this year, but they haven't been everything we thought they were going to be. Like a team, I didn't think was going to be big that we'll talk about later on, but they are. But yeah, no, I mean, as far as this game, Thursday night football games have been pretty rough to watch in the past year. I think this last week went under, but I think the week previous went over. So I mean, if we're going in that, it's just tough. I if it's all this whole game, this is gonna be tough for me just because if Trevor Lawrence isn't playing, that's gonna kind of base off of what it is.
Yeah. So right now the public is 64% on the Saints spread,
Gotcha.
66% on Saints money line,
Wow.
and 81% on the under.
Yeah.
Under still is currently at 39 and a half.
Gosh, that's so low.
And I think there is a ton of value on the over.
I think
You're
so too. Yeah.
getting you're getting a low total because the Saints have struggled scoring. Also, you have a hurt Trevor Lawrence. even if Trevor Lawrence comes out, I feel like sports books underestimate the what the true value of a backup quarterback is. So even if CJ Beathard comes in, uh, I mean, you'll definitely see a decline, but nothing. I wouldn't say nothing out of the ordinary, really. I'd
Hmm.
say,
Yeah.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence isn't playing as a top 5 quarterback, maybe even top 3. So, maybe I should take that statement back. But I, man, I just think I think this is a spot where you're kind of scared to take the Jags, which is why you should, and you should take the
Yeah.
over because it's 39. And
Yeah.
uh, I think you just bite the bullet and you go the over, because if both these teams each score at least a field goal or a touchdown, it's
Yeah.
kind of over after that.
Yeah.
So
Yep. My my gut tells me to go with the over and to go with the Jags, just because right now the line's at +1.5. Like if Trevor Lawrence, if it comes out that he's like fully healthy and playing, like I could see it shifting. Um, yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but yeah, fade the public, right?
yeah, you gotta, and I think everyone's going to be betting unders this week,
Yeah.
and so
Oh,
I
dude, unders were like I think it was like what 12-1 or 12-2, 1 and 1 or something like this that last week.
so yeah, and I think you're better off. It is a primetime game, and primetime games tend to go under. But
Yeah.
man, if you get even a 80%, 75% Trevor Lawrence, 39.5 is there's a ton of value there. So
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
we're going over 39.5.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Something else I like in this is like I like the Jags first half +1.5. I like the Jags to be up at halftime. I just think that they're going to come out a little quicker than the Saints have. Derek Carr holds onto the ball way too long. Um, Saints defense hasn't been like everything it was the last few years, but I just like the Jags to come out a little bit quicker, like to a hot start more than the Saints. So
I like that. I have two. Calvin Ridley over 21.5 longest reception.
I like that.
I know the Saints have a pretty scrappy secondary.
Hmm.
Lattimore still there. But I mean, how many times have you seen Calvin Ridley just catch a bomb?
Yeah, like one of his two catches in London was like a 38-yard
Yeah.
touchdown. Yeah,
I just think at minus 114, 21.5. Yeah, I think that's I think
yep,
that's a pretty solid lock. And then Alvin Kamara over 29.5 receiving yards.
yeah,
I think he's had 5 catches, or so he's at, well, I looked up, he had 30 catches in the last 5 games or four
yeah.
games or something.
He could scrounge out 30 yards.
I think you have I think with Derek Carr, I think you're gonna lean towards he's gonna throw it deep, and I really think the
Hmm.
Jags cut off the deep ball and make him dink and dunk, and so I think there's a ton of value with Kamara and receiving yards tomorrow. So,
Okay,
anyways,
I like that. I also like Evan Ingram anytime touchdown tomorrow.
ooh,
Not just
Michael,
because of his name, but I just feel like he hasn't been as involved in the red zone as he was in the past. So I feel like they're going to get him involved. So it
Michael
just
Thomas,
sucks. Oh yeah, he was another one I kind of liked too.
Michael Thomas hasn't scored a touchdown yet this season, so I
Hmm.
mean, it's
I think it was
bound to
like
happen at some point.
plus 250 or something, like 230 on that or something. It just sucks though. Like if the Jags get on like the 5, they're just gonna hand it to ETN. They just feed him down in there. So hope for like a little bit longer of a reception for Evan Ingram, but I can see Michael Thomas getting one as well, getting involved.
Okay. All right. Sunday game, we got Detroit +3 in Baltimore
Hmm.
against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. 52% of the public is on the Lions spread. 83% of the public is on Lions money line.
Hmm.
67% is on the under. And I
Yep.
believe a lot of it's opened at like 44.5. I think it's gone down
Yeah.
because of the weather. I think it's supposed to be
Yeah.
pretty windy. So
Yep. Yep. This is the team I was talking about earlier, who I didn't think was going to be much, but is the Detroit Lions. Top 3 in the NFC, right? You think they're top 3?
hold on.
Oh, we can't hear him. We can't.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? This guy. Yeah, Gavin's just having some technical issues. Can you hear me? Hold on. You're muted.
Could you
Can you
hear
hear
what's
me?
going on? Yeah. Could you hear what's going on in my headphones?
No, what was it?
Freaking my wife just opened up, probably was watching the iPad and it just connected to her iPad and she's watching whatever it's called, uh, Housewives or whatever. It's
Oh, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake. Dude, your wife got my wife hooked on that, and she was watching that all day today.
whatever. Just
Um, but okay. So did you hear me talk about the Lions? So the
no,
Lions,
no.
okay. So this was the team I was talking about earlier when I said they were one that I didn't really think was going to be much, but are exactly what I didn't think they were going to be. I think the Lions are a top 3 team in the NFC. They're scrappy. They're good when they're all healthy. They're very, very, very good. They're 5-1, and that's what brings me to. I hate that the public is all on the Lions. I hate it, but I am right there with them. I think the Lions,
Restore
like,
the
dude,
roar.
restore the roar, dude. It's already restored. The freaking you see Dan Campbell pull that $5 bill out of his pocket. And he said, "I got 5," and then he's like, "I got something else," and then he pulled out like this, and I was like, "Okay, that's super corny, but whatever." Yeah, no, I am like my favorite bet in this game is like an alt spread Lions -2.5 at +150. Like I think the Lions win this game.
So here's where I'm gonna totally disagree with you.
Okay.
It's supposed to be windy. It's gonna
Yeah,
probably be a ground and pound kind of game. Okay, which is like Ravens football.
I know.
David Montgomery hurt, probably won't,
Yeah.
out. Not only that, the Lions are the last 4 games are 4-0 ATS and 4-0 straight up.
Yeah, it sucks. Okay, yeah.
It is time to fade the Lions this week. I'm going Ravens -3,
Okay.
and I'm locking. Like that's one of my favorite bets of the week.
Okay. So here this is something that my favorite bet last week, one of them in my heart, I was like, I feel like this is gonna happen. I thought the Bucks were going to beat the Lions last week. I thought they were going to cover the spread, and they scored 6 points to the Lions 20. So I'm not going to bet against the Lions again. I just don't do like the only run game the Ravens have is Lamar Jackson. Freaking Gus Edwards can't do anything. Justice Hill can't do anything. Like those dudes get you like 2 yards a carry.
Dude,
It's like
shouldn't the Ravens trade for Saquon Barkley?
yeah,
Like,
so that was
wouldn't
like
that
a
be the sickest
yes.
trade ever?
Yes. Yes, 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 100%. I can't remember who it was, but I saw somebody say it on one of like I think it was on Get Up. 100%. They should absolutely trade for Saquon Barkley because dude, like I know he had some rough past, but like Ray Rice, dude, when he was in Baltimore, so sick. Like, dude, freaking when they have a good running back, they are good. They
J.K.
need a good running
Dobbins.
back. J.K. Dobbins just sucks, dude. I've drafted him the last 2 years in fantasy football, and he's screwed me over. And him and Aaron Rodgers are working out together. Maybe that'll. Aaron Rodgers, by the way, was throwing the ball on with
Dude,
no crutches.
also, you know who would fit perfect there is James Conner. James Conner at
Yeah,
the Ravens would be awesome.
yeah, especially like I mean, he excelled in freaking Pittsburgh, so I know that East Coast, like he's probably loving that. Yeah, that I mean, the Cardinals got to be sellers, right? So I can see it
Yeah.
happening.
Okay, let's move on to our next game. Chargers plus 5.5 at Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like 74% of the public is on the Chargers spread.
Yeah.
73% is on Chiefs money line, and 69% is on the under at 47.5.
So the current money line for the Chiefs? Like you can't tell me it's very good. Like why are people betting that? Minus
Uh,
230?
minus 230.
That many people are on that money line. There's no value there. I mean, unless you're throwing a bunch of money on it. A bunch. Um Yeah, no, this game is like a rivalry, like, division rival, but I just feel like the Chiefs probably take care of business. Um, I do, however, think the Chargers cover the first half spread at 3.5. I think it's probably like a field goal. It could be uh like a 17-14 first half or like 13-10, like because I don't know how much I love the under. I honestly feel like the over might hit but it's so freaking tough to bet the overs in the Chiefs games. I feel like the Chiefs either like put up like 40 or they put up like 20. They're not even they're I don't know, like that Bears game where they put up like 40 in the first half and then just never scored again. Um yeah, no, honestly, I kind of like the over 47.5.
I like the over too. I
Yeah.
like it. I'm on the overs this week, so
Okay.
I'm with you on the over. Honestly, my best bet of this game though is just
Mhm.
Chiefs minus 5.5. Like
Okay. Yeah. Probably
Chargers
win by his
can't
hoodie.
Chargers can't do anything, man.
And they
I
can't stop anybody on defense.
I swear this is Chargers. Like if the team they're playing stinks, like they stink. And they play to the level of their opponent.
Yep.
This is when the Chargers they can even last year when they didn't have a ton of people, like they were keeping up with the Chiefs. And I
Yep.
don't have a bunch of stats to back this up, but like I swear the Chargers against the Chiefs are always up at halftime. Like
Yeah.
always up at halftime. And then the Chiefs come back and win. So
Yep.
I might not bet the spread right away. I might
Yeah.
live bet Chiefs during the game. You might get a little bit more value if you live
Yeah.
bet and kind of go that route. But
Yep.
Chiefs minus
Yep.
5.5 and live bet it. Yeah, I, I
Yeah.
just I just think this is how it goes. And the uniforms are amazing in this game. The powder blue and the red, like
Hmm.
awesome. Good,
Yeah.
good football colors.
Yep. And it's in Arrowhead, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if Taylor Swift's there, just bet on the freaking Chiefs. Yeah, no, so I agree with you. I feel like the Chiefs are the Chargers are always like either close or up at half, and that's why I said first half plus 3.5. I feel like it's either they're gonna be down by a field goal or they'll be up by a field goal. Or even tied. I mean, you still cover the spread. So that's probably my favorite bet, but then I also really like the over. But the Chiefs, like this is what they do. This is exactly what they do every freaking year. They never blow anybody out. I don't know what they are ATS this season, but um a 5.5 point spread against Chargers, I feel like they cover that.
Okay, and if you like the over, all I'm saying is get on that horse, ride with us.
Yep.
Over 2.5 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
plus 138. Chef's kiss. Like, give me
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Give me that.
Yep.
I bet 2 of them are with Kelsey. I'm also betting on Kelsey to have 2 touchdowns this Sunday.
I was gonna say Isaiah Pacheco maybe to have 2.
Ooh.
That dude runs like a freaking dude on crack.
I like it. He
Like,
does. And like he gets up and he's like,
yeah, he's just
and you're kinda
jittery,
like,
man.
calm down, dude. Like,
So he reminds me of Marshawn Lynch, the way he runs. Just like the very just like violent movements and like that type of stuff. So I don't want to compare him to beast mode, but yeah. Also, freaking beast mode like bagging on the Seahawks. Did you see that?
No, what happened?
He like had an interview, I think, with Shannon Sharp, and they asked him like if he effed with Pete Carroll, and he's like, nah, I don't. And then he said he like didn't F with Russell Wilson either. So I was like, all right, cool. So he hated being in Seattle, but whatever. So,
I think
but
Richard
yeah.
Sherman didn't like being in Seattle too.
I know,
Like
dude. And that's it sucks because we had like
Legion of Boom.
the Legion of Boom, like the like whole like documentary series that came out on YouTube, came out, and then all of a sudden, like now everybody hated being there. Dude, whatever. You guys loved it when you were there. Like, dude, they knew they were gonna win every single game. Like, dude, in the playoffs, like they knew they were gonna win. So, but whatever. We'll talk about the Seahawks at the end. I got something to bring up because
I
it's our
have some
team's
beef.
playing.
I have some beef with Russell Wilson too, because why the freak didn't the Arizona Cardinals get to play the Russell Wilson that's right now? Like, why did
Yeah.
we have to face this? Why did we have to
It's because
face Houdini for 10
it's
years
because
when he's been garbage all along? You know what I
it's
mean?
because he was in Seattle. He's a system quarterback. He was not the problem in Seattle. Or no, Pete wasn't the problem. It was freaking Russ.
Mm.
Whatever. We can get into that at a later date. But
Okay. Next game, Miami plus 2.5 at Philadelphia. This is Sunday Night Football.
yep.
Lane Johnson is out. That's a huge hit for the Eagles.
I did see that. So initially my favorite, sorry, my wife just asked me to Apple Pay her for something. Let me send that real quick. uh yeah, so my initial like favorite bet was I really, really, really liked the Eagles in this game because it's gonna be cold. I thought it was gonna be windy, and so it's gonna be a run game. The Eagles, when they want to run the ball, they run it very well. I know the Dolphins have Mostert, but they don't have A Chain. I don't think Jeff Wilson is back yet. I don't know if he's gonna be back for this game, but that was my initial like first thought. But I saw Lane Johnson was out. And I don't know if it sways me enough to take Dolphins plus 2.5, but it does make me want to bet the over a little bit, just because I think we're gonna see a lot of passes, even though it's gonna be windy.
So 58% of the public is on Eagles spread, 52% is on Eagles money line, and 88% is on the under.
Yep, I'm taking the over. Yep. Yep.
Um, I, I just think people are. I think people are kind of bouncing off the Eagles a little too early.
I agree.
Their offense is still pretty sick. Like DeAndre Swift is sick.
Yep.
Devontae Smith is, I think he's questionable, but
He's
he's
sick.
sick. AJ Brown is sick. And then you have Tyreek Hill. I mean, whatever
Yeah.
his total receiving yards, just bet the over.
Yeah, except the 1 week I bet his over, he goes under.
Dude,
Like,
he could have 1,000 yards by week 7.
yeah,
Like,
because I think he was like 180 short of 1,000 right now. So he's 100% breaking the single season receiving
yeah.
yard,
I mean,
right? Like,
as long as Tua stays healthy and he stays
yeah,
healthy, yeah. I mean,
yep. And dude, he went out with the scare, but it was a cramp, and I was like, no way. He's on my fantasy team. He's like the only guy I have on my big fantasy league. But yeah, if Tyreek and him stay healthy and Tua stay healthy, like I think he said he was, or they said he was on track for like almost 2,300, or it was like 2,350 or something like that, which is like 300 yards more than what the record is. So he's got a lot of leeway. So
so I really like the Eagles in this
yeah.
spot. I really think Tua struggles. I
Okay.
just whatever his yards, I'd take the under. It's probably like
Okay.
260, 270.
Do you think this is like a Bills type game where
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Eagles just kind of
Exactly.
score every time they get the ball type of thing?
I just think this will be a back and forth kind of game. And it'll probably come down to who has the ball last.
Yeah.
But I just think Jalen Hurts gets it right. I think the Eagles defensive line gets to Tua this week.
Yeah. Okay.
And I can see the Eagles winning by more than a field goal too. If you were feeling a little bit lucky, go alt spread Eagles -6.5. So
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I have typed out. I really like Eagles -2.5. I put really in all caps, so I'm there with you. I think the Eagles bounce back after losing to the Jets for the first time ever, which is wild. We had the Eagles lose to the Jets and the Niners lose to the Browns last week. I don't think either of those teams lose this next week. Yeah, all in on the Eagles. Also, just like all in on anytime touchdown for Jalen Hurts, like whatever the odds are. Like if it's on the 2 yard line, they're gonna do the tush push twice, and he's gonna get it.
yeah,
So yeah, I'd bet that too. But
love it. Okay. Monday Night Football, 49ers -7 against the Minnesota Vikings. 85% of the public is on 49ers spread. 94% of the public is on 49ers money line. And 72% is on the under 44.
yeah, I don't care that the public is all on them. Hammer them -7, dude. Like, dude, they are not gonna lose this game, and I think they dude, freaking Justin Jefferson isn't playing. Like, who do they have? They don't have anybody. Is okay. Well, the problem is like, is Debo playing? Is Christian McCaffrey playing? They have a long week, so yeah. I think
Here's the
Brock
thing.
Purdy does well.
Here's the thing, though, is the 49ers have such a comfortable lead in their division right now.
Do they though? I think it's what, 2 games?
Yeah. Which, I mean, but in week 7, that's I don't know.
I know. But with the injuries in San Fran, like they got to stay healthy. If they don't stay healthy, that lead's gonna diminish. But I mean, what are your thoughts on this? And
One, yeah, when it's 85 or more of public, you fade, right? So
no, tough though.
and you know what? Some of the bets, the hardest bets to make are usually the best bets to make.
I agree. Yeah.
And so I think everyone is going to go 49ers. And yeah,
Yeah.
they probably win. But say it and I would hop on it now, right? Because if Christian McCaffrey, if you're 49ers are thinking Super Bowl, they're thinking deep playoff run. And so if you're
Yes.
even questioning Debo or questioning Christian McCaffrey, odds are they're probably going to take they already have a Monday Night Football game, so they have a little extra
Like a mini buy.
mini
Not really,
buy.
but
And then who do they play? Let's see who they play after. So after the Vikings, then they play the Bengals, which
yeah.
I can see them wanting to kind of juice up for the Bengals.
Hmm.
And so I know it's a tough bet, but I'm going Vikings +7.
Yep.
And Brock Purdy, if when he didn't have McCaffrey and Debo, it looked like Kyle Shanahan kind of struggled to kind of get Brock Purdy comfortable.
Yeah.
And when Brock Purdy when he didn't look comfortable, he didn't look all that good.
See, but that's the thing is, like, I know he didn't have his pieces, but he drove him down the field. Freaking Jake Moody should have made that field goal. That's the thing. He drove them down the field, and they were in field goal range. Like, he got them down there. I know he didn't have pieces, but like, he still has Brandon Ayuk. He still has George Kittle. Like, I mean, can you hear my daughter screaming in the background?
No.
That's good because I don't know what's happening. But yeah, no, I just, so here's the thing. I don't know if you saw my TikTok where I said I was gonna take Brock Purdy to win the MVP. All right. He was at +600. He had the fourth best odds. They lose to the Browns, and it drops to like +1,000. Okay. So good thing I didn't take it at +600 because I didn't have the balls to do it. I said I was maybe going to take it, but I just feel like if those guys are healthy and those guys are playing, which is a good chance they might not, because if they're gearing up for the Bengals, and I 100% agree with you. And doesn't that suck for Vikings knowing like the Niners are just like, oh, we think we can win without two of the best players in the NFL? Like, it's so tough. The fact you told me I knew the public was going to be on these guys. Just the fact that it's over 85. I feel like maybe you wait for the Niners to score first and you take like Vikings plus 10.5 or something like that. Live betting is my thing, as we've gone over. I kind of suck when I just bet before the game. I kind of suck when I bet in general, but yeah, and then I also like the Niners minus 3.5 first half. I think they're probably up by a touchdown at half, if not more. I could see the Vikings making it close at the end, like they did with the Eagles and that
I
Sunday
think
Night
it's
Football.
flipped. I think
Really?
Vikings get a hot start and 49ers work their way back. You know what I mean?
Really? Okay.
But I don't know, because it will be in a dome.
Mhm.
It wasn't like last week in Cleveland, kind of bad weather.
Yeah.
But Brock Purdy was playing against PJ Walker. Like, hold the flowers, will you? All right. Like,
I know, but like, I mean, he's not PJ Walker's not freaking playing defense. Brown's
and
defense is good, dude.
and on that final drive, that should have been a pick. Like, Brock should have
I
thrown that
know.
interception. So,
I know.
yeah, I do think San Fran squeaks it out, but
Okay.
man,
You think it's like a field goal? Okay.
yeah.
I mean, I don't hate that. Because the public's like freaking all over the Niners. So I don't hate that at all. Gosh, I love football. Sorry, I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, man, I can't wait for tomorrow.
Dude.
We had freaking football tonight, like Wednesday football. We had a fake field goal in a college football game I was watching. You see that? I don't even remember who was playing.
No, I didn't get to see it tonight. We were doing stuff tonight as a family night.
It's all good.
But
also, I was watching baseball. We can talk about baseball maybe on a different episode. But freaking Astros got a game against the Rangers tonight. I was pissed. I hate the Astros. But anyways.
Okay. That's that for episode 92.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed it. Ride with us.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Give me your dude lock of the week, dude.
Dude,
give me it, man. Because I got mine. I got mine ready.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
All right, ready for this? We're gonna both like this, but I'm going over 44.5 Cardinals Seahawks.
You think the Dobb father shows up on Sunday?
I think they at least score 2 touchdowns. And then I think the Seahawks probably score like 35 on the honestly though, I could see this being a really close game. I could see it being like a 21-31, or I mean, dude, look at the Seahawks. They gave up 20 plus points to the Panthers this season. Like, I could see Dobbs having like a decent game, and I could see them getting into the red zone and getting James Conner in there. Is James Conner playing?
No,
he's not playing. That DeMarcado dude, I was so pissed. I picked him up in fantasy, and then freaking he like is like third string, and I lost by like 4. I lost by 4 in my freaking fantasy. I was like, "F this guy," but whatever. It wasn't his fault, but yeah, I really like the over because I could see the Cardinals scoring 21, and I could see the Seahawks putting up 30.
All right, you ready for mine? The dude lock of the week.
Give it to me.
By the way, I love yours.
Okay.
I love every over this week. So
yeah. Yep.
We're going down to the Windy City in Chicago.
Oh, don't do this.
We got AOC, Aiden O'Connell, straight from Purdue.
Okay. I was like, we getting political here? What are you
going back to close to his home roots, played at Purdue.
Oh, yeah.
You got him leading the Raiders with the hurt Garoppolo.
Yep.
You have the Chicago Bears, who are in full-on let's fool around and find out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tank
Maybe
for the top 2 picks. That's what they're doing.
with a whopping spread over under of 37.5. If you want to be a sicko with me, if you want to enjoy a nice Sunday of football,
Yep.
you gird up your loins and you
Gird 'em
ride
up.
the over. You ride the over with me.
Oh, you taking the over?
37.5. Are you kidding me? I'm doing the all over. I'm doing over 50.5.
Shut up, dude.
That game is going to be a absolute shootout.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I am telling you right now, 37.5. Hit the over.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
Be a sicko with me.
Okay. That's your dude / sicko bet of the week.
That is my guarantee of the week. Over 37.5 in
Okay.
Chicago with AOC. And I don't care who's quarterback for the Bears.
Yeah, did you know that guy? Okay, so I saw this thing. I don't even know what his name is. What's his name? I don't even know. But I saw a stat that a year ago he got sacked 8 times. 8 times by the Colorado School of Mines. Okay. 8 times. I'm not giving him all the blame because his offensive line probably sucked. I don't even know where the dude went to college. He also scored a rushing touchdown on Sunday against the Vikings, so shout out him. Yeah, okay. Why not? Let's ride the over. Let's be sickos and ride the over.
Let me just make this clear. Tyson Bagent, who's the backup quarterback,
Yeah.
is the quarterback everyone wants. A white dude with an arm, like a tattooed arm sleeve.
Yeah, he's got tats. Yeah.
Like I'm okay riding the over with that guy. So
Okay.
I'm telling you.
We're basing the over off of his life decisions. That's what we're doing here.
Tyson Bagent, arm sleeve, AOC back in hometown, 37.5, absolute lock, the over.
Yep.
Let's ride.
So it's Sid from Toy Story playing. It's like Sid reincarnated because it was Derek Carr, but now he's like mustached Sid.
Yeah.
Against some dude named Tyson.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I like it. Why not? You convinced me.
Love it. Let's ride.
You could sell salesman a car. That's not the saying.
Dude, you can thank me on Sunday. You're welcome.
Okay, that's fine. Speaking of sicko, we're going college football. Take the over in the Minnesota-Iowa game. 31.5.
Absolutely not.
I'm just kidding.
Absolutely
Don't do that.
Absolutely not.
31,
Never.
dude. 31.
Dude. What
the under is juiced.
Dude.
What? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I had a sicko bet last week on Saturday. It was the UMass under 6.5 total points against Penn State. I think they lost like 63-0. So cash.
Boom.
Anytime it's a sicko bet, just do it. Why not? All right.
Okay.
So 2 overs.
2 overs. I think this is an over week. We've got our fair share of the unders in the past couple weeks.
Yes, we have.
I might just bet every over in every game and just sit back and relax on the couch and just enjoy points on Sunday.
Yeah, that could either go really well or really bad. I hope it goes well. I hope so because we want good football. Yeah. But hey, let's go.
Okay,
let's ride.
Those are the dude locks of the week. Ride with us. Hope you have a fabulous Sunday. Let it rip. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Later.